So today we have Malachi with us. He's 59, and I told him I'm 58 years old, so we're almost, in Africa they call them age mates.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but he's a native of St. Lucia, and he has some very interesting understanding of Rastafarian understanding of spirituality.
The good vibes.
Yeah, so we want to talk about
spread the vibes.
Spread the vibes.
Yeah, give a little bit of view to the vibes so we could spread it.
So we want to share a little bit about that. But first, I need to ask you a couple questions.
Okay.
And the last time we were talking, I found out some about your life. But right now, I have to ask you a couple things. First of all, let me see here. I got turned around. Okay, there you go. If you could travel back in time and to any period of history, and you meet a person who is historically significant or important to you, who would you choose?
Who I would choose?
Yeah, choose to talk to.
Sometimes it might be a little tough for me because I've been trying that many times in life already, and I've been feeling to many people have been giving my welcome to. So right now I still have to research the one I will really speak to because it has been tough. I've been trying a lot in life already. I'm putting my confidence in certain people, you know. But the guy right now where I'm sitting there right now in that shape, we see very close. But we never have no long chat, but I have a lot of trust in him too.
Dache?
The one. I have a lot of my inside a lot go to him too. So where we're sitting right now.
Who is this?
The one that right now give us the free will to sit where we are right now. And we are very close.
And you said the name? I didn't catch
yeah,
that.
no, I didn't set the name, But he's very, I can't even recall his name, but the one who gave us the free will to sit right now where we are. We see hello, hi, hello, and we never been friends too much, but
is he here on the island?
Right, yeah.
On the island?
Yeah. The one who gave us the free to sit down right there where we are. He's very close to me.
Okay.
We don't see that so close by speaking, but connections is good vibes.
Well, now what about somebody back in history? Maybe Haile Salasi, maybe Jesus Christ, maybe Pharaoh or somebody in history.
Sometimes the only person back in history I will go to the king, Haile Salasi.
The king, Haile Salasi.
Yes.
Okay.
He's the one I will go to.
And you would like to talk to him if you had an opportunity?
Spiritually I just speak to him. Yeah. But I have good connections of brothers like Bob Marley.
Bob Marley as well?
Yeah. Good vibes.
You would choose him too?
Yeah. Yes. I would choose him at 100%. 100% church. I wouldn't think twice.
And you see him as important because of music or because of Rastafarianism?
I see him very important of message to the world and what he has been spreading to the life, and people say he passed, but he never passed his living because his word never passed, so he's keep living every minute. I see him very powerful in this. That's why I give my name Malachi, and he's very close to me, Bob Marley.
I see.
So that's the reason. There is no twice thinking about that. This 100%.
So Bob Marley and Haile Salasi.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Physically is Bob Marley, but the one that's been watching over us is Haile Salasi.
Okay.
But he, personal Bob Marley, 100, we straight, 100%.
Interesting.
He had nothing 80, 100%.
Great.
And people say he passed, but he never passed. He's living because the words of him passing on to the people of the world, and he have the world in very good vibes, pass a lot of good message for the people. It's just like some of the reggae people come and conscious reggae is physical reggae or the systematic, and I don't like it.
Not spiritual.
I don't like it. But Bob Marley music have been just a music. It has been a message for the world. It has been a message for the world, and that message never stopped. It continue going. That's why you never go, because you have come special to spread what you have to spread to the people. And it's come from not from his brain, it comes from his heart. and the heart never stops. It's like the world started and never end. It's like a baby to the eldest, and it's moving all the time.
I see.
He will never pass, because from the earth is there, he will never pass. He's selected with the earth. That's why the Proverbs say, chosen ones. Chosen ones means they ever living. And
Right.
the many means they just there for today, but they already lose the life. They already lose the vibe. They lose the vibes. But the chosen, they don't lose the vibes. They have the vibe still from the earth. And the world is like, and the many is like living in the world. The world is like many living deads. It's like the biggest cemetery I ever seen. The cemetery down there is a small cemetery, but the cemetery in the world is too big.
Very big.
Very big.
A lot of dead people.
That's the biggest cemetery I ever. They never teach me about that cemetery at school, but I analyzed it from Brother Bob and different brothers. I saw a lot of things. At school, they taught me maybe to go to them.
So what's going to happen to those people?
Them people that
Yeah.
to me, what's going to happen to them people? To me, there is nothing much could happen to them people because they're already off control. The only thing we could do, we could try to take out 2 or 3 of them a month. We could try to take out 2 or 3 because we have enough power to take out 2 or 3. Because the Lord give us special power to go and take out 2 or 3. But he don't give us power where we could take out that whole million that going astray. But he give us power where we could take out like 100, and 100 could take out another, because the 100 going to be our worker, and our worker going to come and do the same work with us. So they're going to be helping us to bring some in.
So the people that are dead, they're actually walking on the earth right now. But you see them as a big cemetery.
Yes, they're very dead. But we have enough power to take out 2 or 3 of them and give them the kind of life we have now, because we was already lost and we came back. So I think the Lord gave us the same kind of energy to give to some people that was lost and bring them back. Because we are the already lost child. Because I saw myself as a lost child with drugs, alcohol, cocaine, rum, bad friends, bad women, and bad everything. And I cleansed all of that. And I didn't cleanse all that by myself. I cleaned that from the higher spirit. He showed me something I couldn't see. He showed me the third eye I couldn't see. I was living with 2 eyes, and the 2 eyes, the eye of that's the 2 eyes they systematically using to lash the people, because the third eye never come out to have a spiritual touch, and the 2 eyes, the 2 eye of flesh, and the spirit eye, the third eye is the eye of the spirit, and most people are living with 2 eyes, not the third eye, and 2 eyes blind, 2 eyes living dead. They're thinking they want to bury somebody, but they're already buried too. They're very even physical. So we have to come and shake some of them and show them the A to Z and different vibe, because they completely lost all. Because the Lord, there is 2 Lords. There is the earthly Lord, which is God, which is giving us the vibe to spread the people. And the God of the world is a God of picking up souls. And the God of the Lord of Christ, God, whatever, he's the power. And the other God of the world is another God. He's very strong because he came with papers, and the papers have neglect. Lots of people have went down because of the papers. They couldn't see. They thought they had a class, but they had no class, because you're born with the class, but the other God take your class because you have to give your soul. Your soul is your class. So when you give your soul, you give your class, and they trick you, and they tell you first class, but not first class. That's last class. And the people down there, they think they have no class, have all the class, because they are simple people and very spiritual people. They take their time to speak, they take their time to talk, they take their time to give you the vibes, and they are very special people. But the system don't watch them like special people. The system watch them like to hurt them. But you can't get hurt because they are strong people that's selected from the Lord.
That's good. So you definitely see it's, the good side and the bad side.
Yes.
Spiritual
and the other
flesh.
side. And
you call the spiritual people the ones with the third eye.
Yes. They
have a vision.
That's a gift. That's a gift from the spirit. The third eye. It's a gift, because the 2 sides, both sides, the Lord give the gift from the third eye, and the other one give you the gift of the material things and make you think you're human and make you think you're in class. So there is 2 different gifts. There is one from the proper God, giving you the third eye, which is the real God. And the other God, which is very strong in the papers, they have destroyed more than 3/4 of the world because of looking for things and the thing that they are into. But the only thing he could give is papers to confuse their brain. And the other Lord, the proper God give you the third eye. So you're rich spiritually. You just walk down and you don't even think of nothing. Everything is all covered. Because you never been brainwashed. You have been brainwashed before because I was in alcohol and drug. I've been brainwashed, but through I was fighting hard with the Lord. I never been brainwashed. He bring me and he give me a chance in the other world. He cleanse me and bring me back again. So I know the tricks of the other world. I didn't know the tricks while I was there, while I was alcoholic drink. I didn't know. But now I know. Now I know because being escaped and the Lord cleansed me and he tell me I have to be careful because that in the other world, if you don't have so much hope
So you were lost in the other world for a number of years.
I was lost all my life.
All your life.
Just call I was lost all my life. But I had love in all my life. I had love. But the love that to bring me back. I always had love, but I was being abused. I was lost completely. I do the alcohol, I do this, I do the bad friends, I bad to the bad ladies, and I bad to everything. And I thought that was the life. But that was a dead enjoyment. Thinking I was had life.
Yeah.
I had no life. Now I have the life.
Yeah.
The other world, I get the food, I get the gift, I walk, and now I have the life.
Okay.
And I have the life so much right now that no one could stop it. No one could disturb it. Even when they try, they get me stronger and wiser.
Very interesting. All right, let's ask the next question here.
Number 8.
Out of all the problems that we are facing in our world today, what do you consider our biggest problem, and how do you think we can solve this problem?
The good thing is, how we could solve that problem.
Because there's many problems, but what is the
No, I
biggest
know,
one?
I know.
The
The world is a problem.
Yeah.
Not too much. The world is a problem.
The world.
There is too much problems. Because in the world problem, the only thing we need in the world problem is just being very. Don't be traitor to the Lord. We are straight to it from the heart, and from the heart we could press from medicine among the people and bring some people back. Because the world is in a jeopardy. The world is in a sad, very, very jeopardy. And there's not much we could do. The only thing we could do in the world right now there to take out 2 and 3 to bring them aside. Because the world have doing his work also. The earth is doing his work and the world is doing his work. The earth life is to make sure everything, the trees grow, the rain fall, and the world life is about the money. And the money, they need energy of the money, and the energy of the money is the lost people. You know? So we from the earth have to come in that strong power to go and take out some people from that lost world and bring them in. So that's what I'm seeing in the world. Right now the world is completely zero. But there is 2-3 people in the world. We're strong enough to go and take them out. We're very strong enough to take them out.
So the biggest problem is those lost people.
Yes, that's the problem of the world. And it's too much people have been lost in that world. And they only show them the papers, all about the papers. So some people don't even love you if you don't have no paper, because if you don't have no paper, so there is no love for you. And if you have paper, people love you because of people.
And the paper is money, or
yeah,
the paper is
money.
influence, or what?
Money. So
Money.
sometimes you have the money and you don't have no inside. That's why Bob Marley tell you, you have everything but you don't have nothing. That's why Bob Marley tell you have everything. You have the jet boat, you have everything, you have the this and that, and your inside is empty because the Lord never give you. When the Lord give you, you have everything. You're rich. But when you go and you make a deal with the other side of the Lord, and not with the Lord, it's just you might fool the people. The people might be watching you like you're rich, because the world make you feel like you're rich because they blend you in different material ways to make people think that you're rich, but you're very poor. If you dip and you have further, you could see that it's poor people.
So now, when you say the Lord, are you talking about
God,
Jah or
whatever, God, Jah, whatever? Because no matter how much you call him,
name.
no matter how you call him, from you talk speaking righteous, is him. Could be Christ, it could be Jesus, it could be whatever you call him. Jah, because it's a light.
Okay.
It could even be Allah, all kind of things. Because some people say Allah, they're Muslim, and if they're wicked, it's not Allah they're dealing with. They're wicked, the devil. And if they're good, You're still talking about the same Christ you're speaking. Because love. Just different names of calling him.
So if they're wicked, then the thing they're calling God is actually the God of the world?
Thank you. Thank you. It's all about a business God. Not a natural. Because the world, the God of the world is a business God. And the God of the earth is a powerhouse. That's a powerhouse.
Okay. And that God of the earth is the one that you speak about when you talk about the spirit.
Thank you. I'm talking about when about the spirit, I'm talking about the earthly spirit.
Spirit or spirits?
Spirit.
One spirit.
Yeah, it's just one spirit.
Okay.
We have one sun, one moon, one earth, one power. And it's ruling in different forms. That's why you have to be careful the way you cleanse yourself. You eat right, you speak right, you do right, you speak right, and that spirit is living inside of you. And if you try to think like it's no you have to say, but you say yes, it comes back to you. It's not the right God. You're still seeking for the God. But when you say something right, and you say it strictly from your heart and not your brain, because the system uses a lot of brain, and the spirit uses a lot of heart. And many people full of brain in the system, but they don't have a heart. That's why the system is a big problem. It's a lot of brain work in the system. In the world. There's a lot of brain work in the world.
I want to make a distinction here because I've heard Rastafarians speak about the system, the world, not the earth, but the world, meaning the world system, right? And they also talk about Babylon.
Babylon is the same thing about the world system.
The world system. Okay. Okay, the world system is also Babylon.
Yeah, Babylon.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Because Babylon is a different side. Because the side of nature is the Christ, and the side of Babylon is just the false god who's trying to make his own rights of everything he say goes because you have papers, and most people are looking for papers. So that's why you have more than 3/4 of the world, because people are looking for lumbers, and you have all the lumbers, but you have no lumbers free. All the lumbers have to give for something for something. With the Christ of the earth, there is nothing for nothing. It's just like you walk right and you get a gift from the spirits. And on the other side, if you want it too fast, there is a business for you. He give you papers, but you take the best part. The nature man give you, because the nature man always have everything. He's the one that put you on earth. It's just like you go and trick yourself in the world, but he put you on earth. He put you on earth like everyone. But that's the reason he said. That reason he know that many people will lose. That's why he said many are called and few are chosen. To everybody know that he will lose his people. He tell you straight that many have come to this world, but very few will escape what's going on in the world. And the chosen one have been, that's the one that live with the earth. And they're passing through the world without untouchable. Nobody could touch them. They're trying to touch them, but they can't touch them because they have been going through trials and tribulation, and nobody ever stopped them. So they have to move on. That is just like when Christ came and he tell Moses, and he tell Shadrach, Abednego, and all them brothers, and they never lost. That's from the starting. Because Abednego and Shadrach adoring false god. That's why Caesar had all the play. But Moses had to stop him by too much wickedness going on. Too much wickedness going on. And Shadrach and Abednego had to come and tell the people, free the people, because they are adoring a false god. And that's why the God tell them, okay, if I'm adoring a false god, I'm going to put you in a big flame of fire, so to get him scary. But when you come to the God, you're scary, you're very open. Shadrach tell him do whatever you want. Abednego tell him do whatever you want. And you light the fire. And when you light the fire, he loses people, because Abednego and everybody start dancing in the fire. Because them people of God is already fire. So you light in a fake fire. If there was fear, that could have burned them. But they are fire because God sent them. God sent the real fire.
And who's the one who showed up in the fire with them?
Abednego, Shadrach, Meshach.
Yes.
Yes.
Who was the fourth man?
Yeah.
Who was the fourth man in the fire?
The fourth man in the fire.
Yeah.
But he was always in the fire with us. The Spirit always there.
The Spirit.
He's always there.
Okay.
That's why he gives them the strength to go inside, because they're not alone. They're with the Spirit. And with the Spirit, you're sealed. You're sealed from the Spirit. So it's not Shadrach, not Abednego. The Spirit is there, and they are doing the work of the Spirit. So all of them in the fire together. And Caesar so blind he can't even see the Spirit is there, because he's blind. but you have no power. If you make people think you're rich, but you're poor. Because the money trying to fight right in the fire, laughing at him. And you having Frederick laughing at them, you having Benigo laughing at them. But he himself not laughing because you know, weak soldiers, them soldiers have no, the weak soldiers, they think they are soldiers, but they are no soldiers. Because the earthly soldier is the earth's soldier. And the world soldier have no soldier. No, the only thing the world soldier could do is just share the blood. Share blood. It's all about blood sharing. From small generation, blood sharing. That's why the world have a problem today of blood.
So you definitely see the main problem in the world today is the people of the world, led by the God of the world, they're lost.
They're lost.
They don't have the third eye.
They're lost.
But the people who
And
belong to the Spirit,
yeah.
they have the third eye, they have vision,
And
they're doing what's right.
They could come in and take out 2 free people in the world.
They can get some of the people from the world free.
They have to come out
Yeah.
because that's why God gives them the power to go into the world.
And what power do you use to get them out?
The power you have to use to put them out is, as you said again, is not you alone.
Yes.
Not you alone. The Spirit is inside of you. You go into them and make them, some of them feel like what they was thinking is not that. And slowly you scratch what they couldn't see and it come out. And slowly the Lord will make them see. And when the Lord make them see, they're coming out with you. Because you couldn't see and somebody make you see. So you are the same thing, you have to continue the work.
Okay, interesting.
And even people that was lost in that world, when you start scratching them, what they were expecting from you, that's not what they're seeing. And what they was thinking, the kind of person they're thinking you was, that's not you. You're just a clean person. So right now they want to be like you now. And when they want to be like you, they have to follow some fashion of you, which is good vibes. And they want to do the same vibe because they want to be like you. And being like you alone, they want to be like you, is already power from the Lord. Because they're going to copy a lot of good things you're doing, and they will do the same thing. And make them understand that you was in greater fire than them.
So now the vibes you're talking about, that's the spiritual
yes.
quality.
Yes. Make them know that the little trials you're going in the system was minor because you was worse in that fire, and you clean out. So one day, some of them knew that you was there and everything. They would like to be like you. They want to be like you. So they will try their best to always listen to you when you're giving them a little documentary from your life, because some of them knew who you was and they seen who you are today. They want to be like you. So and you have to show them to be like you. You have to show them what you go through, and they make up their mind to go through it too, because they see a big difference in the life you used to live some years ago and the life you live in today. The life you live in today is nice and shiny, and they want to live that nice life. And they remember the time when you used to walk around like a old rotten galvanized, and now they see the galvanized shiny. And you can make them to know that you didn't rob for that galvanized, you didn't tip for galvanized, you didn't sell no cocaine for that galvanized, you didn't be no pimp selling women for that galvanized. That galvanized come with the hope of the Spirit. Because in the world, to go through that life of pretend false shining is not good life shining, because who's selling drugs, who's selling cocaine, who's selling pimps and everything, and that's a rotten galvanized. But for you blind, you can't see it rotten, make you feel like it's shining, but it's rotten. Only when you have a third eye you could see it rotten.
So now,
but if you have a third eye, you can never see it.
The galvanized you're speaking about is like a protection.
It's a protection.
Wow.
Protection. And you have work to do. You have work to do. It's a waked up work.
Interesting. Let's go to the next question.
Number 9.
Do you think it's possible that you and I were put here on this earth for some kind of purpose? And if so, what do you think it is? And if not, why do you think?
What you said again?
Were we put on this earth for a purpose? And if so, what is that purpose? And if not, why not?
We was there for a purpose. Because the why we was there, the reason I know we was there for a purpose, I wasn't the man who said it. The man said it and say, the chosen ones are there for a purpose. Because the chosen ones have everything. And the many is a sick world. And the chosen have to walk to that sick world to escape some people in that world. And too much people in that world because they are going down. And the chosen ones have been workers of the Spirit. So they come out to go to that world to clear some shit that world cannot clear. And they have no strength to clear it because the bosses of that world are already corrupt.
So the purpose is for the chosen ones
to go inside
and free some of the people from.
Some of the people. So make him see that he's losing his people technically, and he cannot stop it because he's a force from the spirit who send you inside to make him think that if you think he's big, make him think no that he's small. You could have some people, but you can have what God had signed and say.
You can't take the chosen people.
That the chosen ones are workers of God, and the many are the slaves of Him.
Many are those who will not be part of it, but few are chosen.
Very few, and the chosen ones, they have a hard work to do because they have to go into that system in Babylon to take out some people.
It's a Babylon. Wow.
To take out some people, and because so a lot of people suffering there, and that world it will never end because that suffering is going on long. We came and meet that suffering going, and we're living in that suffering, so there is nothing could stop it. The only thing that could stop, we just have to take out some people.
And so you see that as the main purpose.
Yeah, we have to go and take out some people, and some people will come out because we was there too.
Yeah.
We was there too.
So they see your example.
Yes, we was there too. We didn't just come do our work for God. We was there too. The Lord make them see we was there. And He make them see that we are a different person. And we are working inside and now to come help some others.
Because they've come out.
We come out. We don't just come out because you're already chosen to come out. Because to come out from there, you have to be very special. Before you come to this world, He know that you're coming. Even before you create from your mother wombs, He know that Malachi is coming. You know Brother Bob is coming. He know you is coming. Even before you had created your mama in your belly. Not even knowing that she's bringing a hero of God.
Wow. Very interesting. All right, next question.
Yeah.
We live in a world that tends to believe more than ever now that all religions are equal and no one religion is better than the other. In your opinion, does it matter what someone believes? If so, why? And if not, why?
In all religions, there is problems, both problems. It's just like the Rasta problem. We think Rasta to be positive, and there is so much of them negative. It's the same thing for all religions. There is good ones in everything. No matter Catholic, no matter Church of God, no matter what you are. There is good ones among them. That is just like the Rasta religion, the same thing. There is free good ones, just like I tell you, in not all places I just go among Rastas. Not because they have looks. I just see their works and they say to me, that's not what it's supposed to come to do. So the same way in all religions are the same thing. And in all religions have some very good ones, chosen ones, that have come together to go and take out some people.
So all religions can be part of the process of taking out people.
Thank you. Very few of them, 2 or 3 of them. Yeah.
So would you say all religions are basically equal?
Basically equal. Thank you.
No, I mean yes or no. I'm not telling you that they are.
No.
I'm just asking your opinion.
To me, there is a problem with the systematic religion things going on there right now.
Okay, systematic.
There is a problem going on there. The problem is only for their side and not for the other side. And their side is just to bring the people in. We've all just lifting up their tongue without a heart. A heart means God.
So what about what they believe? You know, like the Catholics believe one thing, the Protestants believe what the Catholics believe, but something slightly
different. There is
different.
a problem in all of them.
Islam believes something different.
There is a problem.
Hinduism,
there is a problem in all of them because the problem is 1, 2, or 3 of them is good, and most of them no. There is a problem in all regions in that world.
Okay.
In all regions.
So if you were to say which is the best, would you say Rastafarian is the best?
100%.
Okay.
Because it's an earthly thing that they're from day one. When they create the earth, they create the trees, they create the mangoes, they create a man walking without no comb, no nothing, no scissors, just walking around. It was like lions and lioness.
So it's more natural.
But yes, not more natural. Natural.
It is natural.
Yes. And the systematic creates
it's pure. It's pure.
Yeah, and the systematic quality create their thing, so you have to go for it because God allowed the systematic to create their thing to go for them. Go for them, but go for them with a good heart. And if you go with them with a little tricky way, you're going to be a loser because they're very strong. They're a strong believer of the trick. If you go wrong direction, they could cut you very fast. And if you go with a good direction, they might have a little fight with you. But the little fight, if you go fight with them with a good heart, they will never win you because you have been chosen. And every time you click your brain and do something different, it will never work because...
So Rastafarian belief is better because it's more natural.
Straight. It's straight from the earth.
Straight from the earth. So if a Christian or a Hindu or a Buddhist, Muslim, if they were to be more pure, even though their belief is similar, that they would be better to be a Rasta? Is that true?
To me, some of them could still be looking to me like a systematic little brother, but from the have a good heart, it could be the same thing with a Rasta.
Okay.
Because Marcus Garvey didn't have no locks, and Marcus Garvey was a big hero of Jamaica.
Uh-huh.
Martin Luther King didn't have no locks, and he was a big hero for the people in America.
Uh-huh.
Mandela didn't have no locks, and he was a big hero after 27 years, pastorally had time, and still sit on the throne.
Uh-huh.
You understand?
Yeah.
So all of them have our belief. And when you have the belief of God, the cries of God, you have to go through some difficulties because the false God don't like it. And the false God have some very heavy whip for you if you don't hard whip. But the only way you could conquer that whip, you must be heartical, pure in heart, and you could conquer that whip. And that whip will get you wiser, stronger, and tougher, and come back and take some of his people he try to brainwash and bring them to the light. So anything you do in wicked to you get you stronger, get you tougher.
So what makes the difference between someone who's either in another religion, another trapped in the world, or Rasta? What makes the difference between all those people? What makes you pure in heart?
What makes you pure in heart is just you have to. What makes you pure in heart? You have to be stand up honestly to everything you lift up from your tongue. When you lift up your tongue, you have to come up from your heart. And most people lift up their tongue and they don't have no heart, so there is no pure. And very few people have a heart. Most people don't have no heart. They just only have a tongue and brain.
How do you get a pure heart?
And a pure heart, yeah, is a tough struggle. You have to go through a lot of ups and downs and give up. Know that you're human and you're not hurting people. You try and be honest and you're being truly to yourself, and you get to see your heart. It will come out. Like if you don't have a pure heart, very easy thing could have you sell out your heart and run among the ships and think that you're among them. But if you maybe one day while you're running there, you might stop as a ship and go on the other side, because that side is maybe there's a losing side. But you follow in the crew and become free that you're together with them. But sometimes the crew you follow in that's not together. You might stop 1, 2, 3 goats might stand up and go on the other side. That's the rough road. And at the back of the rough road is a smooth road. And the front of all where the goats are running, make you think that the road is smooth. It's not smooth, it's rough. At the back of that smooth road is a cemetery, it's a graveyard. You're already dead. You're already dead even before you reach there. And the two free, I might turn back on the other side, get the rough road. At the back of the rough road is a Baba Green. Sweet road for life.
So what power gives you that purity?
What power will give you that purity? If all the hurt you're going through and not hurting people and you're going through the difficulties and you're not getting very good reward from them, you just have to deal with it very tough and don't turn back. And there is a reward at the back of it.
So determination.
Yes.
Self-determination, yourself, inside.
Yeah, inside.
Is there any other spiritual power or anything else?
The spiritual power, the only spiritual power is being tough and know that you're not making a mistake and you're working for the right direction and you will be right.
Jesus said the Father is seeking those who will worship Him in spirit and in truth. So the Spirit obviously is the power of God.
Yes.
And then truth is the words that come out of God's mouth. He tells us the truth, right? So you can't do worship, which is the right living, not just only raising your hands and praising, but also right living. You can't do correct worship unless you have the truth. So I've just asked you, how do you get to the purity through power? But also, how do you get to that purity you're speaking about through truth?
But to get the purity you're living from, I'm speaking about, is
truth. I'm talking about truth.
Yeah, but the truth and the spirit and the love is the one, because it's a package. It's why you're going through what you're going through. You directly know to yourself you're not hurting.
Okay, if you could list 1, 2, 3, this is the truth. First most important thing about the truth. Second most important thing about the truth. Third most important thing about the truth. What are those 3 things about the truth? Can you tell me what those truths are?
Repeat.
I need to, because the truth is words. You know, you have to organize those words so you understand what it is. So what is that truth you're speaking about?
But the truth I'm speaking about is the earthly truth, because it's an earthly truth that inside of you have come as a woke up from the earth with a earthly truth inside of you, and the truth will develop in different forms. It develop. It's just truth because you're not moving fake. You're moving real with your heart.
Okay.
You're not moving fake. You're moving real with your heart.
Uh-huh.
Even when the fake come, they try to test you to go and make you on the wrong side. You knock your toe a couple of times, but you start feeling it. But you're still feeling it. If you have to knock your toe more, you have to continue going there and maybe hurt other people.
Uh-huh.
So you don't want to hurt other people. So you stop and you try to deal with that. You knock in your toe
Right.
and walk back in.
Right.
And there is another thing I'm showing you. If you go back there, if you continue going, your toe wouldn't be knocking so much, but you could follow the wrong track.
So you said in some ways you said both the power as well to be pure and the truth that leads you to being pure, it's coming from the earth.
Yeah, it's an earthly spirit. Because the earthly spirit, because the earthly have his spirit and the world have their own spirit. And the world spirit is lost.
Yes.
And the earth spirit is to take out to help out others. Because the
And earth is God's creation.
yeah, God,
And then when you say the world, you mean a system that is
it's a systematic that is
Yeah.
all about. It's all about
It's covering the earth.
It's all about material thing to corrupt the vibes.
I see.
And most people in this world go for the material thing. That's why the world is so sick. And they will never stop being sick because they are going deeper. They only get scary when something happens and they get scary. And they like a student when they like a just like what's going on. Look at what's going on last time there with the COVID and everything. It was controlled by man. And the earth is a different spirit. It was controlled by man, telling you all kinds of things you have to do. And that's man power. That's not spirit power.
So now, the truth as well as the spirit, you get that power to be pure through the earth. The earth is God's creation.
Yes, that's creation.
What is so the origin of the creation is God Himself,
Oh yeah, the higher power.
the higher power. Now, when you die, are you going to stay on the earth? Are you going to go be with God somewhere different? In other words, this earth is temporary. We would live on this earth temporary. When you die, where are you going to go to be with the higher power?
But when you die, even before you die, you're already with the higher power. The spirit already moving on. It's already moving on.
Okay.
Because everything already packaged from Him, and He's the powerhouse. Yeah, everything already set. Even before you were expecting that, you was already at the top of the hill before you know you was there. He already had you there before. Because if the remote, the robot, the internet are so strong in the world, what about GodNet? GodNet is the internet, and Babylon net is the internet.
Yeah.
So the internet already arranged everything.
God's net is more powerful.
That's the internet, that's the power net. The internet is man net. That's man net. Man net, you have to pay something for it. They're confused.
Man net gonna trap you, man.
Thank you. And the internet is the earthly net. Watching the world net moving around.
So you
destroying.
really understand things that are good as being from God's creation.
Yeah, big time. Big time. Because the world net is a problem, man. That have been too much. And the people forget the internet. They only talking about internet alone and then try to forget the internet. And when you talk about the internet, sometimes they watch you like you don't know what you're talking about because they have get caught up so much in the internet. And they don't even know the internet create from the internet because the internet is the Lord. And he's a man that from the Lord that go and create his internet, man-made.
So now, this is the final question, and it's going to come in 3 parts. Basically, if you answer one of them, then the other parts don't need to be answered. But this is, again, we already started talking about the afterlife when we leave this life. But question number 11, all religions have different beliefs about the afterlife, but many seem to indicate that we go to a better place if we do the right things in this life. Okay? Now, what do you personally believe about the afterlife, and what do you think we need to do in this life in order to get to this better place in the next life?
The better place the best place in the next life And this life, to me, is the same life, because what you have to do right now there is get yourself set. And from you set for both this life and both the other life. Because it's a set you have to do. It's a set like it has come from deep inside of you. And don't think like it's nothing slack, it's deep inside of you. So whatever when you go and sit, you sit down heavy, very light, very heavy with God. When you go and drink, you go and drink. Sorry, you drink very much with God. When you go and eat, the same way. So in this life and the other afterlife, to me the same life. You just haven't got to make no shit with the first life.
So now,
and the first life you have to just be
in this life. When you've seen people die, you've seen funerals, whatever. You and I, we're all going to die one day. Our physical body is going to deteriorate.
Your physical will go somewhere, but the spirit will move on.
Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go?
I will go in the same life. I'm going to go in the same world with Bob Marley. I'm going to go in the same world with.
And where is that?
In the good life.
In the good life.
The good life never dies.
He's a
good spirit.
Is it a spiritual place? A spirit place?
It's a spirit.
Or a physical place?
It's a spirit place. A spirit place.
Spirit.
It's a spirit place.
You won't have any physical body?
But the body, no, the spirit will just move on.
Only spirit.
Yeah, you're not going.
But you're going to be on the earth.
You want to be. You're always there.
Always there.
You're always there because you have worked for the owner of the earth. And the owner of the earth has already selected you.
Bob Marley, your ancestors who were Rastas, all the good people, they are still here?
But of course they're there. Bendigo is there, man.
They're all around us.
Bendigo is there, man.
Where?
Fedrak Misha, in spirit, they live in us.
Spirit.
They live in us. From we continue the flesh, because sometimes they use our same flesh to live in us. That's why you have to set your flesh pure for them spirit to come and dwell, because them spirit not still, they are living all the time. But they only live just like the Spirit of the Lord living in us. Them spirit is one package. They're living in all of us. But that's why you can't do any shitty thing of your life, because they don't live in shitty places. They live in big time spiritual, big life. And the spirit life is there. So when people see you, they don't see you alone. You're with all the angels.
So now, if all those people are here with us in the good life and the spirit life, what about the earth? Is it going to stay forever, or is it going to pass away?
The earth wouldn't pass away. The earth going to be moving on, because if the earth had to pass, it passed along already, because so much things man have to. But the chosen children have been special owners of the earth, so the earth wouldn't go.
It'll keep on going.
Yeah, the earth wouldn't go, because the world have come with a pen and sign and say they own this, they own nothing. And the other pure pen that have come, Jesus' pen, he signed and he go with his pen. And that's the pen they will need, and that pen will never come back. And the other pen in the system is a pen of telling you 2 billion, that's where we go in, that's what we're doing, that's what we own. That's a blood pen.
Signing away people's papers for blood.
That's a blood pen. And the righteous pen, the man sign it and say a package, my children, and they go on with the pen. So that's why you see one sun, one moon, one earth, one everything. One in everything of the earth. And,
so
and the system
if everything's going to just keep on going the way that it is there ever going to be a time when the good people outnumber the bad people, and eventually the bad people are swallowed up by all the good?
Swallow up. The bad people will never swallow up by the good, because the same system have no stopping. They are moving. They are troublesome. But the Lord allowed them to do the thing. But the Lord don't allow them to play with the people they have put aside and call them special children.
So now, if the people that are good with the third eye, and they're the ones who are part of the earth, and they follow God's way, God's spirit, they're now with the earth forever, with each other. Where are all the bad people that didn't do right? The 3/4 of the...
The bad people didn't right. Can you see what's happening today?
Where are they?
Can you see what's happening today? Can you see the way people are like a tin of sardine? People are squeezing, losing their life, and all kind of sickness coming. They're already going. They're destroying.
So where are they going? That's where I want to know. We're talking about the afterlife here.
Okay.
Where are they going?
Them people spirit is going. The place it's going like it's already negative. And the spirit and the man is a wicked spirit. He's doing his thing, and the wicked spirit is always moving. But them people already dead. Even them people already are dead, my people. They're already dead people.
They don't exist anymore.
Them people already dead people.
But I mean, are they? Because in the Bible, the Bible says that we're made in God's image, which would mean that we live forever. Okay, so the Bible says that the good people, the ones who follow after Jesus, will be in heaven with Him forever. And the bad people will be separated from God in hell forever. Is that also how you believe?
But it's already separated, even while they're walking on earth, because then people already they cannot reach what they want to reach.
Yeah, but I'm saying now their life is over. They're put in the grave. Their spirit goes away from their body. Where are they located, or do they not exist anymore?
They will never exist because it's a spirit that's trying to pretend it have a light and they have no light. So then people already.
So
gone.
They really never existed.
They never existed because
and even when they leave their body.
They will never exist in man. The only existing one is the one who come and take out and put in the right and the good side. Those the soldiers come and take out. God's soldiers come and take out and put that, and then people lives forever. Okay. But then people without them, stubborn that never want to understand that they're already dead. Even dead, even before they go, they're already dead. They're already dead people walking.
Dead people walking.
Dead people walking. And the other and 2-3 of the good people in the dead world. We could come and take them out because we are there to do a work. We are there to do a work, and there will be escape people. But those people that never escape, they're already dead people. They're already with the bad spirit moving with a load of spirit behind them. That's all the spirit they have. All the spirit they have take away from God. He didn't take away from God. God allowed him to do his work.
Now, I'm going to say a few things about.
That's why God said, "Many are called and very few." So he allowed him to do his work, but he don't allow him to touch what he really loved and what that love him too. So we are moving mysterious. We don't need no gun, we don't need no car, bad thing. We don't deal with that. We deal with a good heart. So we are secure from guns, bombs, bad people and everything. We are secure. We walk down the road and we don't turn back. Why they fear? We not fear. Because they fear, they live in, take it that, give me a cutlass, no, I just walk down the road. Your gun wouldn't work, your bomb wouldn't work, nothing not working. He has got child. Nothing not working. Just walk it up your heart.
So I want to, you've really explained well throughout the questions we've covered. I don't think you have to say much more, but I want to compare what you've been saying to Christianity and see how you see that. Because in Christianity, the Bible, of course, it comes from the Old Testament, right? The law of Moses and then the prophets, right?
Yeah.
And
Malachi,
having your background as Catholic, you understand those things, and even in Rastafarianism, they apparently they have some things from the Bible they believe. So, the law tells us that we're guilty before God.
Who was guilty before God?
All people.
I know.
All people.
But we are flesh that came on earth.
Yes. So now, if you lust after a woman, have you ever lusted after a woman? You already admitted you've done that.
I done that. I done lust not to draw after a woman.
You've stolen things
alcohol,
from
drugs.
birth.
I done there. I passed over all them trials. I've been there.
So you know that you were guilty.
Yes.
But now, what is going to wipe away those things?
What's going to wipe away them things is just keeping doing what you have to do in the right way, and that will escape everything, because love conquers all. That will wash away all them messed
Now,
up
in the
lives.
Old Testament, they had blood sacrifices, like the sacrifice of a sheep or a bull, whatever, different rituals, and they cleansed the sins of the believer. But of course, we know those were temporary because those animals were not made in the image of God.
But
What we needed was a perfect sacrifice that was made in the image of God. That's why the Bible tells us in the New Testament, and in the Old Testament it said that the Messiah would come, one like Moses would come. But in the New Testament we see Jesus and the story of Jesus, and we hear all the things he did, that he went to the cross, he died, he shed his blood, he was perfect, nobody convicted him of sin. All right, and then he rose from the dead. And so that perfect sacrifice of a man made in the image of God came back to life and defeated death. That wipes away our sins. That's, as a Christian, we believe that sacrifice is what we need. That's why people hold an instrument of death. Sometimes they wear a cross on their neck or whatever. And that symbol of death is a symbol of their life, because they know that's what brought them eternal life.
no, but you're supposed to know it to yourself, because it's what you're supposed to know to yourself. Well, after you've been going through all them things, when you make a vow, and you make a vow, and you know that you're not turning back over your vow.
Yeah.
It's already cleansed everything. You're up to the line. Everything is good.
So your own will is
And
what determines
not your own will.
your determination, as you said before.
Determination.
Yes.
Strong determination.
Which is basically like will, your personal will. But what if that will is still sinful and it has never been cleansed?
No, man, it's not going to be not going to look like it's not going to be clean. It's clean because you know it's clean.
But
Because
how?
it's
What
coming from you.
sacrifice do you have that proves that you've been
no,
cleansed?
the sacrifice is honest to you, being truly to yourself and being straight to the man, and you know it, and I know it.
So
No one will
honesty,
stop me.
your determination, being straight,
Straight.
all these things. It's like a
Yeah,
self.
it's a circle.
You've created
It's love.
the salvation
Yes.
yourself.
Yes. You created your salvation yourself, and know to yourself it's a salvation. You make a vow, and you haven't got to break it out. You just know there is something because there is something haunting the vow to see if they could hurt you.
Yeah.
So you just have to know that you're not hurting because it's strong because you have to make a vow. And when you make a vow, you have to be very strong because the demand is always watching you.
You know the word you're using, vow. It's like covenant. A vow is what you make when you make a covenant with God or between two tribes or two people. You make a covenant.
A
vow. It's like a vow.
That's what I make to God.
Okay. So now, realize that the cross was God's fulfilling of the vow or the covenant toward man, that He would provide the sacrifice that would cleanse us of our sins. You talk about a vow inside of Rastafarianism, but what I'm talking about is a vow that came from God through His own personal death on the cross, His own sacrifice.
But when it comes from God, it comes to you because God knows where it's coming to. He knows that you're ready for it, so He comes to you. You have to you have to help yourself. Why do you helping yourself? You know that you already help yourself. When it's coming from Him, it's coming straight to you because you know that you're ready for it. Because He's the boss. You know that you're ready for it.
Okay, to continue with the comparison, now in Christianity, the Bible says that all men have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God.
That's the world.
We missed the mark. We weren't able, and we had no power in ourselves to do it. We needed an outside power.
Yeah, but it does happen. Outside power, it does do happen. But the main thing you have to do, you have to be determined to your own life and know that because you know what is good and you know what is bad, and you try your best to do all the good.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. It makes sense. Except for one thing, you are sinful. How can you do what's good when you're sinful?
No, but how you could do what's good? But you go through it already. You know it. So you're always watching them steps because you've been to them steps already. So you know when them steps is coming. You try to pull aside because you know them steps already. You was into them steps, and at the steps you don't want beside you. You try your best. You don't want it beside you because it's the Lord that bring you back. Because if you had gone through that step, you wouldn't be here today speaking.
So, but okay, it makes perfect sense what you're saying. The one thing I'm wondering, and maybe you can ponder this even at night or whatever. What about the sacrifice? What about blood? That the Bible in the Old Testament tells us we need the blood because the life is in the blood to cleanse us of sins.
I don't deal with the blood because I don't drink blood. I don't eat blood. I don't do nothing with blood.
No, but
I know.
You're not supposed to eat.
I know.
It's symbolic.
No matter. I don't mix it. Anything that blood where I have to get involved, I'm not involved. No
Adam
fish
and Eve,
blood, no animal blood. I know no blood. No blood.
Adam and Eve, in the Old Testament, it says that God covered them with skins of animals.
Okay, I don't want to go in that one. I wouldn't.
Which would mean that He had to sacrifice those animals.
No matter that, but I wouldn't. Let's don't even talk about that one. I don't even talk about that one. With me, blood, I'm no. That's why even the dove come and see me. The two doves come and see me.
Yeah.
I have no connection with blood. No matter.
No connection with blood.
No connection with blood. Blood is one of something that's very far from me. Very, very, very far. The furthest thing for me, blood. I understand what God say, but blood is the furthest thing from me.
So in the Old Testament, which Rastas believe, it talks all about blood sacrifices. Whenever they came to the Promised Land, Abraham, he made a sacrifice to God, anticipating that one day he would have the Promised Land. Those sacrifices were part of the covenant he was making with God.
But I can't see blood.
The vow that he was making.
I can't see blood. It doesn't make no sense about that one.
Doesn't make sense for you?
I don't see no blood. I hate blood. I only love blood.
Is this your personal? Is this personal idea, or is this a Rasta idea?
To me, to me, the earthly idea that is, man. No, bro, I don't like blood. I don't like blood. It's coming from the earth, earthly blood. I love to see the birds and the flies and the human fighting and coming together. Anytime you have blood in it, I'm a soldier against it. Anytime I see it, I go inside. If you didn't see me, you wouldn't even know I there because it have blood beside it. When you have blood inside it, I'm not there.
So then what about God coming and dying and shedding his blood on the cross? How do you think that's important or special?
No, man. God do all his work because he's the power. He do his work. But we are the workers, something different. Okay. God do his work.
But why do you think he came in? That's the main thing he came to do.
But he did it for us.
Yes, he did it for us, but that's blood.
But with me, brother, I'm out of that.
But you don't have to do it.
No.
I don't have to shed my blood to save me or make me more determined.
No, the only thing I
saved the right way.
The only thing that saved
I rely on that blood through the Spirit.
The only thing that saved me from that life is the Spirit, and I give my spirit to the Lord. Okay. So them ways God already answered all the questions for me. I'm good with that. He already answered all that question for me because no one is that so perfect, and some of his children might fall a little short, but when they fall short, he go pick them up. So he just picked me up on that one. Blood. He tell me, Malachi say no. In this one, he go answer the question for me.
But even Malachi the prophet would go to the temple and sacrifice to the Lord to cleanse him of sin, anticipating the Messiah to come.
No, but look, Malachi is speaking to you right now. He's the same. I know. The same Spirit speaking to
you. Okay, but Malachi was involved in blood sacrifice. He knew that. He understood the importance.
Should be that's why today I sit down and know that Malachi, all the works are already done. So right now I'm just sitting.
Yes. Even myself, I can't make a blood sacrifice. I'm 2,000 years away from that blood sacrifice on the cross.
The works are already done. That's why
but I, through the Spirit, rely upon that sacrifice to cleanse me. I can't cleanse myself with my own will.
I tell you, that's why I know I'm sitting right now there. A lot of work have been done with my sacrifice to the Father. A lot I've done. So right now there, I have nothing worrying about. Everything is good. I have nothing worrying about.
Okay.
Everything is good.
So you understand why I'm trying to make the comparison.
Yeah, I know.
It's not a threat. It's not a threat. It's just a friendly discussion.
No, but I'm telling you, that's why we have a little bit of sticky there. But to stop the sticky, I leave everything, and the Father know that, Malachi, I know what it is. You okay? So I'm okay with that.
All right.
I'm a soldier of the Spirit.
Soldier. Of the Spirit. Soldier for the Lord.
For the Spirit.
For the Spirit.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is that something related to Bob Marley's song Buffalo Soldier?
Peacemaker soldiers, Buffalo.
Buffalo Soldier.
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker soldier.
That's what it means. That's what it means. Peacemakers.
And even that word buffalo is somehow related?
Is a buffalo.
I always wanted to understand the meaning of that song.
Buffalo means a peacemaker soldier. Already have everything already okay. And the Roman soldiers, Caesar soldiers is Roman soldier. Roman soldier means mixed up soldiers.
Soldier of blood.
Thank you.
Kill people.
Yes. Fighting for what I don't belong to them. But I'm not fighting for what they belong to me. It belongs to us. Chosen children.
It was even the Roman soldiers who put the Son of God to
death. They're fighting. They're fighting.
They shed God's blood.
No, but there are no inside. They're fighting. The blood are running 24/7. Blood never stop.
Yeah.
America fighting in England. England are fighting that one. That one fighting. Too much different gods.
Yeah.
I know
Jesus
one God
came to save us from those things.
And only one God I know, the higher power, nature God. And too much God, American God, German God, Russian God, too much gods, and that been a disaster in the world. I'm not in that disaster. I'm a escaper.
You escaped the disaster.
Yeah, I escaped it. And they could see me up there, but they can't do nothing because I was among them. I run. I go on the side. And they have to respect me when they see me.
It's already been an hour.
Yeah, I think this is really good.
That was very good.
We've had a very excellent interview.
And the man give us a good chance to.
This was perfect.
That was the right time. I think that was the right place God wanted us to come to. That's why He sent the rain, because He wanted something better for us to send us somewhere better. He was working mystery. I know it. When I sit down there, I realize that's why God know that you are coming. Yeah. So He sent His rain set up already.
Yeah.
And He's another place set up for us already. And look at Monday 45 minutes right now, He give it to us because the Lord have come. Excellent. So I saw it. I saw it.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
I really enjoy it.